Have you ever looked at someone and thought, how can they be so confident? How is it possible for me to feel some kind of inspiring energy from them? Well, confidence isn't an innate trait, but a skill that can be developed. And by working on it, we can break free from self doubt and build lasting, authentic confidence. It can be useful in everyday life. Imagine a manager or a teacher who doesn't believe in their abilities. Would you trust them, even if you knew that they had much knowledge? Confidence makes you more convincing and trustworthy. It's necessary, for example, in politics, where during debates and speeches, politicians shouldn't be afraid to express their opinions and fight for them. In business, decision making is also highly related to confidence. Managers shouldn't doubt themselves when hosting a conference or representing the company. Their employees usually look up to them, so they should be the best versions of themselves. Employees could also use confidence to get what they want, or at least discuss their work conditions. The next point is relationships, mainly romantic ones. To have a strong relationship, at least one person in the couple should be able to make the decisions and first moves, like taking somebody out, the first kiss, or even making it official. Sometimes they might need to get out of their comfort zone or even risk being rejected, but it's worth it in the end. It can be also beneficial in everyday life. Whether you will be able to fight for what you think is right, get something at a lower price, or even get away from paying a fine, doesn't depend only on your charisma and use of language, but also on your confidence. As a child, I was very shy and insecure. I was scared of people and trying new things. But I had a dream, a stupid childish dream that a lot of kids had. I wanted to be an actress. But then I thought to myself, how are you supposed to act in front of a bunch of strangers if you can't even order a drink for yourself because of your shyness? And the dream died. I gave up without even trying it because I thought I wasn't good enough for it. A few years went by, and I moved to a different city. I didn't know anyone. Everything was new, and I was forced to leave my comfort zone and meet new people in a completely different environment than I had known. When I went to high school, I started thinking about my future and plans for the future. And that's when the stupid dream came back. I decided to try it, even though I was still insecure, and I still thought it wasn't for me. And to be honest with you, I still think that way a lot of times. But I don't care because I love it, and it helps me grow. And the one thing it taught me that I want to share with you is that getting out of your comfort zone and trying things you fear is crucial when it comes to letting go of self-doubt. Because it shows you that everything is possible for you if you really want it and work hard enough. But what is confidence? The definition by Cambridge Dictionary says it's the feeling of having little doubt about yourself and your abilities, or a feeling of trust in someone or something. So in this case, it's all about having a positive mindset. There's also a psychological experience, which is almost the opposite of confidence. It's called the imposter syndrome. People with this syndrome doubt their skills and successes, preventing them from achieving their potential. They feel that they aren't as talented or worthy as others believe, and that one day people will realize that, even though they don't think that way. It might sound like low self-esteem, but there is a difference between them. Because low self-esteem is thinking like you're stupid or ugly or just a terrible person. Whereas the imposter syndrome is the feeling of getting something you don't deserve. But as I said before, even if you have one of those two things, you can change that if you want. Before I give you tips on how to do that, I want to tell you where self-doubt might come from. The first root of self-doubt is early influences. Childhood experiences like criticism, lack of validation, or feeling constantly judged shape our self-perception, and we might be scared that it will happen again. Cultural and societal pressures. Stereotypes, gender expectations, beauty standards, or parental judgment might affect our confidence too. The next thing is social media. What we see there are people living their best lives, having a lot of money, a lot of fun, looking stunning. I could go on like this forever. It's all a lie, and you have to remember that. The last factor I want to tell you about is your inner critic. We often overreact when we fail. And instead of trying to fix it, we keep thinking about how bad we are and how we messed it up. It's like a never-ending loop, like a rabbit hole that is so hard to escape. Because once we fall in there, we keep adding more and more things that criticize us. Believe it or not, there is also neuroscience behind confidence. Neurotransmitters like dopamine play a vital role here. Dopamine is often called the feel-good neurotransmitter, but it's also crucial in motivation, reward, and risk-taking behavior. All essential components of confidence. The groundbreaking work of Carol Dweck on growth mindset fits perfectly here. A growth mindset, as opposed to a fixed mindset, is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed. It's also deeply connected to confidence. Because when we believe we can grow and improve, we're more likely to take on challenges and persist in the face of setbacks. And neuroscience supports this, because embracing a growth mindset can physically alter our brain structure, making us more resilient and adaptable. Hormones also play a significant role here. They interact in complex ways within the body and brain, influencing physical responses and emotional states that contribute to overall feeling of confidence. We can influence them by doing certain things. For example, genetics or our environment can also determine how these hormones affect our confidence levels. For example, estrogen supports emotional stability, while testosterone drives assertiveness and self-belief. Cortisol and adrenaline help manage stress and sharpen focus. Dopamine reinforces success, oxytocin builds social trust, and serotonin boosts mood and self-esteem. Together, they influence how we feel and project confidence. It's essential to keep some balance between them, because this can also affect how much confidence we can gain. So finally, how do you build confidence? First, learn from failures. As humans, we tend to overreact when something doesn't go right. Instead, try to view setbacks as opportunities for growth, rather than evidence of inadequacy. Focus on your strengths. Not every hobby or job is for you. For some things, you need talent and predispositions first. If you don't have them, focus on your other skills and things you are good at. Challenge negative self-talk. Replace limiting thoughts and beliefs with empowering and motivating thoughts. Set achievable goals. Some goals and dreams might be out of your reach for now, but try breaking them into smaller goals just to build momentum and self-trust, and to see that everything is possible if you work hard enough. Visualize success. Just mentally rehearse successful outcomes to prime the brain for confidence in real-life scenarios. Be assertive. Assertiveness helps with self-confidence. Don't be scared to share your opinion, even if it's different from others. But share your thoughts confidently but respectfully. Leverage body language. This one is crucial. So, stand tall, maintain eye contact, especially during a conversation, and use open gestures to project confidence outwardly, because that will make you feel it inwardly. Try to have a good posture while walking too. There is an acting method that many actors use, psychological gestures. Using gestures they normally use while, for example, crying, like covering their face or laying in a fetal position, can help them manipulate their organism into actually crying. And it works the same with confidence. If you pretend to be confident and act like it, your mind will think it's true and do the rest of the work for you. So you can trick your mind into thinking you are confident, and it will become true. It's also vital to accept being yourself. All those cartoons in our childhood used to tell us to be ourselves. And it's not easy to show the authentic version of yourself to people. But you have to accept yourself first before expecting that from other people. Surrounding yourself with supportive, positive people who uplift you and help you grow will also make it easier. Lastly, don't let people influence you negatively or shape you. Don't take every insult to yourself. Just brush it off and keep going. And don't change for others. Change for yourself and grow for yourself. And just live for yourself, without being selfish, of course. So, to sum it up, looking at all the benefits of being confident, how easy it is, and the influence that approaching different things with confidence could have on your life, everyone can make it work. And confidence isn't built overnight. It's a journey requiring ongoing self-awareness and growth. But you will get there if you put enough work to it. You can really do it. Thank you.